저희가 처음에는 수업을 하려고 하다가 학생들 사이에 수능 차이가 이렇게 좀 많이 나가지고 그래서 그럴 바에는 그냥 애들이 평소에 궁금해하던 거 이제 저희 학생들 같은 경우는 한국에서 공부를 하고 싶어 하는 학생들이 많기 때문에 이제 이런 정보를 조금 많이 좀 이렇게 원하더라고요. 그래서 오늘 이제 그런 프레젠테이션을 저는 준비를 하고 이벤트도 그렇게 공지를 때렸고 근데 이제 중간에 그 얘기도 이제 넣었어요. 저희 이벤트 공지를 때릴 때 이제 한국방송국에서 촬영을 할 거다. 요거까지는 했는데 그 다음에 뭐 이제 어떤 내용으로 어떤 말씀을 하신지에 대한 얘기는 저는 그거는 안 했거든요.
네네.
하지 마.
네네.
저도 있을지.
네네.
하고 싶은데 왜?
He wants to make some trouble.
잘하는데요? 오, 세 개를 다 세웠어. 대단해.
좀 위험한데요?
너무래.
아, 진짜 귀엽게 생겼다.
근데 혼혈같이 생기진 않았죠.
혼혈같이 생겼나요?
그래요?
네.
보통 보면은 혼혈이라고 잘 얘기는 특히 여기서는 특히나 한국에서도 가면은 혼혈이라고 딱 이렇게 얘기를 하는 사람들이 많이 없어서
His reaction. 눈이 엄청. Look at his reaction. 나는 서밍을 쓸까봐. 귀여워. 애교쟁이보다는
가족들이
사진이었어 여기.
고장 났어.
한국말도 진짜 잘하네. 봐, 거짓말하는 거. 이 아저씨 거짓말한다. 이 아저씨 거짓말한다. 그럼 지금 영어가 지금 3개국어.
네.
좋겠다.
저희가 뭐 가르치지는 않아요. 뭐 이렇게 교재를 뭐 그걸 공부하진 않는데
근데 같이 계속 생활하다 보니까.
그렇죠. 네.
다음에 누나 이름 뭐라고? 누나 이름 뭐야?
시원해.
오.
잘한다. 버스라고 할 줄 알았는데.
bulgaria 어떻게 찾았어요? 어떻게 여기 아이디어 어떻게? 이렇게.
저번에 4년 전에 왔었거든요.
네, 이거 봤어요.
네, 그 4년 전에 왔을 때 이제 그때 이제 담당했던 PD 분께서 불가리아를 이제 계획을 했었고 그래서 불가리아 왔는데 너무 좋았고 이번에 이제 터키를 시작해서 다시 시작을 하는데 이제 유로로 유럽 여행을 하는 걸 이제 찍다 보니까 터키에서 불가리아를 가보자 유로로 그래서 불가리아 왔는데 그때 제일 기억나는 게 어디냐 해서 부르가스 갔다가 여기
그럼 소피아는 처음이신 거예요?
아니요 소피아 그때도 오고 있었어요. 네.
어디 가셨어요?
소피아
어제 오셨으면
소피아 와서 그냥 여기 그래피티 구경하고 그냥 구경 여기저기 돌아다니고 그 정도만 했어요.
좀 쉬셔야 될 것 같기는 해요. 지금 너무 피곤해 보이셔. 지금 너무 피곤해 보이셔 지금.
오늘이 엄청 춥더라고. 어제는 되게 뭐 이렇게 하고 이렇게 하는데.
이렇게 좋은 밥 그리고 좀 술 마시고 그리고 자요.
그죠? 술
이렇게
라키아 좋아하세요?
라키아 조금만 마실 수 있어요. 근데
라키아를 좋아해요.
라키아 많이 마시면
힘들어요. 네.
죽어요.
네. 근데 저도 조금씩만 마셔요.
네네 맞아요.
배우 생활을
네네네.
하신다고 들어서
네.
그래서 뭐 배우라고 하면은 아마 또 질문이 또 있지 않을까. 이제 저희 학생 중에서도 지금 한국에서 배우를 연기를 공부하는 학생이 또 있거든요. 불가리아 학생인데. 네. 그래서 여기에도 꽤 그런 쪽으로 좀 관심이 있는 친구들이 있더라고요. 그래서 오늘 좀 이렇게 전 학생들한테 도움을 좀 이렇게 주려고. And you are?
Bogi.
Bogi.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Have you studied Korean?
이게 지도야. 지도.
우리 지도는 이거야.
맞아.
근데 이거 지도는 한국.
한국이야? 한국은 여기 있는데.
여기 놔두니까 너가 뭔가 가져와서 말해. 뭔가 너의 어떤 기분을 표현하고.
Alright guys, hello. I'm Jay. I will be the host of this presentation of today. So, I will share the link in our event page on Facebook. How many of you guys? How many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. There's one more. 9. Okay. So, wow, 9 people came here. So all of you guys are interested in studying in Korea, right? Are you guys studying Korean now? How many of you guys are studying? 1, 2, and Chrissy? 3. Who studied before? 1, Nessie. Okay. And you guys are, oh, you studied too. Why did you guys stop?
For me, mainly because of university. At first, I couldn't really organize my time, so that's why. But I like to start.
But you wanna study in Korea later after the graduation?
Yeah. I will.
Okay, for master's degree or PhD, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What about you? What is your name?
Yeah, my name is Victor. I want to have to attend this presentation because I want to know more about Korea and what the Korean study programs can.
So everyone who wants to study in Korea, that's why you guys are coming here. And my name is Jay, or the Korean name is Jae-guk, and I am the head teacher of TJ Center. But we are teaching Korean, Japanese, Chinese, and other languages for the foreigners as well. So if you are interested in studying with us, then you guys contact me. And this presentation is for giving some information how you guys are able to study in Korea, which university and what is the environment and what do you need to consider, and is there any financial aid. So that is what I'm going to share to you guys, with you guys. All right, so but you guys see the presentation. So the first one, the first page, why Korea? So there are a lot of reasons you want to study in Korea. Maybe because of K-pop, you want to see Korean idols in Korea, BTS, or I don't know, yeah, somebody yes, somebody no. Or you are really into traditional Korean cultures, so you want to study some Korean cultures in Korea, the real one. Or you maybe are fascinated with technology stuff. So like the robotics or internet or like some AI. So that is what you guys want to study in Korea as well. Or just a language. You are just interested in the language, right? So the best way to learn a language is into the environment of the language. Or at least you guys have a boyfriend or girlfriend, from Korea. Then it is a faster way to learn. Do you guys have a Korean boyfriend or girlfriend? Oh, you have? Right, okay. Then you are learning Korean from him?
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of, okay. So you guys are talking in Korean?
Not that much, not really. More
What?
like everyday Korean phrases that sound more natural, not textbook Korean.
Okay, so actually that is the best way to learn the language, but not everyone can have a Korean boyfriend or girlfriend. So then the best way to learn the language is being surrounded by the environment. So I just have some list of what you have to study in Korea. There are some pros of studying in Korea. The first one is a quality education. Can you go to the next slide? You can see that the list of the world university rankings. Then do you see the famous Korean universities? Actually, this is from our website, which professionally measure the ranks of all the universities in the world. That you can see the ranks, and I'm sorry to say, but the university in Bulgaria, is, I don't know if you agree or not, but Sofia University is the most well-known university, right? So you see that there is some little difference of ranks, right? So maybe you heard about like a Seoul National University or Korea University or like Yonsei University. We call it SKY. Do you know that? Maybe some of you guys know it. But SKY is not the only university you have to study. Besides those universities, there are many universities but which provides good quality of education as well. So the university is the first reason. So if you want to study something cool, advanced, then the Korea is a good place. Then the second one is, as I told you, technology. Korea is famous for technology. Samsung, LG, or like a semiconductor, or the cars, Hyundai. You guys say Hyundai, right? So, but we have famous brands and big companies, and they are investing a lot of cash into R&D, research and development. And that is the reason. And also you can also thinking about like a business. So for example, why in Korea there are big companies like Samsung, LG, they are biggest, they are really world-class companies. How did they have such, big companies? You can actually learn their know-how in Korea. What is the biggest company in Bulgaria? Have you thought about it? You don't know? No?
No.
Well, is it Happy? Happy restaurant? Is it? Is it the biggest one? Isn't it? Happy is not Bulgarian?
I don't know. I
think Happy is Bulgarian.
Yeah. Happy is run by the Bulgarian mafia. That's what I know. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. And like some art. Let's say you wanna study arts, like music or like dancing as well, professional dancing or acting, movie. The Korean movie Parasite. You know it. Have you heard about Minari?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You heard about it. Okay. So now the Korean pop art culture is becoming bigger and bigger and being famous in all over the world. So you guys also can learn why and what is so different, from the other country's culture and in the aspect of art as well. Now the next one is learn and improve the Korean language. As I said, if you are interested in learning Korean, then the best way is to be surrounded by the environment of the language. So Korea, of course, in Bulgaria, we provide language course, and I'm pretty sure my students are one of the best in Bulgaria. Yes, Chrissy?
Yes.
So, and were you happy with the classes? Yeah. So, but of course, in Korea, you guys can't improve your language much faster. Okay. Now, the next one is you can earn while you learn. Yeah. In Bulgaria, the minimum wage is 600 leva, 700 leva per month. Is it? I guess.
700 something.
Yeah, 700 something. Okay. And maybe I will talk about a little bit more because I prepared statistics. But the average salary of foreigners in Korea is around $2,000 to $3,000 per month. Of course, you worry about the living cost, how much you have to spend in Korea. We will talk about it later. But anyhow, there is some age gap, Korea and Bulgaria. So it is a good opportunity to make some money while you are studying. And the next one is employment opportunities. So you guys study in Korea, then of course you want to use and you want to work using your knowledge, experience, and with your major. Then you graduated from Korean universities, then you are able to get a job in Korea. Yes, because Korean companies, they are looking for people who understand the working culture and also the language proficiency. So if you can speak a Korean and if you know how to work, study, cooperate with the Korean team members, then yeah, you are eligible. And the last one is the high quality of life in South Korea. So maybe you saw some YouTube videos like you leave like a cell phone or your bag or wallet in a cafe and you go to the toilet and when you come back, ta-da, it is still there. You can't imagine that in Bulgaria, right? When you are drinking coffee, you want to go to toilet and you gotta bring everything in the bag and you gotta go to the toilet. That is what you have to do. But in Korea, we don't do it. So the low crime rate, it proves that we are having a safe society. And also all the bureaucracy is, of course, in Korea we have bureaucracy as well, but everything is fast, comfortable, and convenient. So, for example, let's say you're sick in Bulgaria. What do? You go to GP, you wait 2 hours, and you get a referral, and you go to another doctor, and you wait again. So you are spending, the whole day. But in Korea, of course, you will have the medical insurance. Then you go to a doctor, you have an appointment, you don't need to wait. Then as soon as you arrive, then you can see the doctor and you get the proper, examination and the treatment. All right. So far, are you guys following me? Any question? No. By the way, am I too fast? No. Okay. Okay. Tell me if you have any question and if I'm saying too fast, because it's been a while since I am in front of a lot of people like this now. So since during the pandemic, I couldn't. We couldn't have this one. So now the next one is what is it? The statistics. Yeah, that one. So I'm sorry, the statistics in Korean. The left one is employment rate. So the number one, you see the glove, right? You see the glove. I don't know if you can read the Korean, if you can read it, then you see that 외국인. Then the employment rate is 64%. So if actually you can get a job. It is not easy, but it's not super hard. Of course, there are some competition, but if you are able to work, communicate, then definitely you can get a job in Korea. So 60% of the foreigners in Korea, they are working, and on the right top is saying that how much money they are making, right? No, actually it's not. Oh no, still the left one. On the bottom side, number two, you see that there is the average salary. So you see that. So let me just right. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not using this. Oh, 감사합니다. Mila? Okay, she ran away. Okay. Thank you. So you see the graph. There is a bar, and there is a small one, and there is a big one, and another big one, and The left one. You see there's a blue. This is a blue. And that one saying the average salary is 21.5%. And this one is 52.2%. So this one, it is the salary is between the 1K to 2K dollars. And from here, it is 2 to 3K dollars per month. Okay. So, and of course, this one is higher. It is more than 3,000. So it is more than 3K. You see the graph, right?
Yeah.
So generally like a something here, like between 2,000 and 3,000. It is the medium. You're mathematic guys, so mathematic? No. Okay, so you know the term median. Okay, so average. Okay, so average salary is around like 2,000 or 3,000, dollars. All right, now let's go to the next one. So yes, I know Korea, studying or working in Korea is a good opportunity, yeah, but you guys worry about something. What do you worry about? What do you worry about? Anything you don't worry about? No. What about you? Do you worry?
Management.
Time management. Why?
I don't know. I worry that I won't be having much time to do everything.
To do everything. What do you mean everything?
Like study and then go work, and
Okay.
I think I won't have enough free time.
Okay. So you worry if you can do work and study at the same time. Okay. What about you? Do you worry?
Yeah, maybe the cost if I don't have a scholarship or internship. Maybe the cost, yeah. And I didn't know that we can study and work at the same time because of the visa. But
Okay.
I'm waiting this.
Okay. So yeah, so the money,
Yeah.
money is the big problem. How much money do I need to study in there? Okay. What about you? Do you worry about anything?
Yeah, I have the same worries as her, managing time and having free time.
Okay, but if you don't need to work, then it will be much better, right?
Yeah, but I think I would rather study and
Okay, all right. What about you, Nessie?
The same as hers.
costs.
Cost, okay.
Living costs and tuition costs.
Okay. So the biggest concern is how much money do I need, right? So, yeah. So, the biggest problem is, so I heard the tuition, living cost is really expensive in Korea, but exactly how much do I need? So let's go to the next. Where is it? Okay. Actually, there are. So if you keep going to the next, then you will see how much do I need. Okay. Did you find it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is about living cost. So, and this one is from a website which is called Numbeo. Maybe later you can actually check Numbeo. And you can compare the living cost between two cities. Let's say Sofia and Seoul. Sofia to Busan. So you can see that actually I just captured the screen, and it says how much money you need to live a month and how much expensive compared to the living cost in Sofia. I captured the screen for Seoul and Busan. Okay, you see, Seoul is much expensive. It is around like 2 times. It's a double of living cost in Sofia. Busan is a little bit better. Okay, So that is the living cost. What about tuition? Let's go to the next one. The next one, I wrote down the average tuition. So private university per semester around $5,800 per month. Of course, it's depending on the school and the major. This is just the average, okay? Private university, but if you are studying in Seoul, then it is higher. But if you're studying in a public university, it goes down to $3,200 per semester. Of course, you have to pay for dormitory, and the dormitory is between like $420 to $1,550, again depending on which university and which type of room. Are you living alone? Are you sharing the room with other people? So depending on the room type, the price is different. And I said the living expense average for one person is around $400 to $500 without rent, okay? Without rent. And this includes like your cell phone and also transportation and the meals as well. So it's like a very basic life quality. It's a living space for basic life quality. Okay, so that is the concern. All right, then what should we do? I don't have money. So the next one, I said it is too expensive. Okay, what is the option? The first one is, why only Seoul? Why only Busan? Of course, Seoul is the famous one, and Busan is the second the famous one. But there are other universities in other small cities, and I'm pretty sure that studying in some small cities is much better to learn or improve your language, because in Seoul there are more than 1 million foreigners are there. In Busan, more than 100,000 foreigners there. So I saw many people who studied in Seoul actually, and some of my students are studying. Some of them are studying in Seoul now. Some students, they study hard and they speak really fast and they learn really fast, so they are good. But some of them, they are still struggling to even say how are you in Korean. So if you don't want to do like that, if you don't want to be like that, then yeah, of course, if you study hard, then it is good. But in a small city, it can be a good option for you guys, and it's much cheaper. The tuition is much cheaper. Okay, and the next one is, I said probation period. So this is the idea. You have desire to study, but actually you have never studied in Korean before. So you don't know if you can actually do it, right? If you can do well or not. Then why don't you try something? Like there are a bunch of summer camps in Korea, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, or some of them is like 1 month. Or some universities, they have summer semester language course. So you guys can try first. Okay, go there and study like 1 month or up to 3 months. Only during the summer you will have a summer vacation, all right, from your school. So you can study and you can see, oh, the life in Korea is pretty good. It's good to me. It matches well. I like Korean food. I like the weather in Korea. The summer is not very good, but still. And you can also have short period of like a travel trips in Korea as well. You can see many places and you can meet people in Korea. You can hear and you can actually talk to them, and you can ask the people who are actually living in Korea. Then you can get some information from them. So I will talk about this one, like some language course a little bit later in Korea. And the last one is scholarship. Yeah, you wanted this information. That's why you're here, right? Okay, I will talk about it. Yeah, but not now. So I will tell you how and what scholarships you can get. Okay, now another concern. Now let's go back to the slides. What are your concerns? So the second one can be, okay, I want to apply, but how? How do I do that? What I have to prepare? Well, FYI, you know, my students, TJ Center students, don't need to worry about it. I will help you guys, okay, if you decided to apply. If you are interested in, even if you are not TJ Center yet student, if you are not, you know, TJ Center students yet, then you can get some information from online as well. You can ask around, and you know, you can contact the people, you know, in Korea, friends and Korean boyfriend as well. Okay, and which language should I say? Should I study? I am not speaking Korean. Is it okay if I only, you know, study in English? Yes and no. Actually, it's depending on what is your plan after your graduation. For example, I want to work in Korea. Then, pretty sure you need Korean. If you just I just need a diploma. I just want to graduate from the university. Then, yeah, and you get a job from, you know, other companies, the big companies, Google, Amazon, Microsoft. That is my goal. Then, yeah, you don't need Korean, you know, language proficiency skills. But if you are planning to study and, you know, study and work in Korea, then Korean is necessary. Okay. What about racism? Anyone who visited Korea before? No? Okay. What do you think? Do you think is there racism in Korea?
I've heard that there
Okay. What did you hear?
that there is a racism. For example, when you want to go for a night bar, some night bars don't allow foreigners to come in.
Night bar don't allow foreigners to come in.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It is new to me. Okay. Okay. In Seoul?
Yeah, and so.
Really?
I have also heard that I read a news article about this.
Okay. All foreigners?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. Okay. All right. I didn't know.
Sorry, can I add I have also heard that it's racist there and also homophobic and anti-LGBT.
About LGBT. Well, first thing I can tell you is, even if they don't like foreigners, they don't usually show it. They don't usually show it. So, you know, even if they don't like it, they are trying to be polite and kind. But you will not experience something like I experienced in other countries. Like when I was in Australia, I was almost to get a shot. You know, the shot, right? Yeah. And I had an experience of like of being bullied in school. You know, in America, you know, there will be no such thing in Korea. That would be nice, and especially I'm not racist, but if your skin color is white, then yeah, better than the others. I'm sorry for the others, and you know, the dark skin, a little bit, yeah. I mean, might be there is a small possibilities, but still. There is some like recently there is like a phobia towards like Muslim people, but I think still they are pretty nice. Okay, and so racism, I think you don't need to worry about that much. You will not actually be attacked physically. You will not. Yeah. Verbally, no. I guess no. Being treated unfairly, possible. Possible. Yeah. Like I am experiencing same thing here as well. Yeah. Something like not really serious, something mild, I guess. All right, now, so let's go to the application process. How do we apply? So the thing I wrote down is the general process. Depending on the university you guys are applying for and which major and which scholarship, you might have a different experience. So the first one, you guys apply online usually these days, and of course you need to check the university's website to see what you have to prepare, by when you have to send it, and by when it must be arrived at the university. And the second one, you have to submit the material. There is something common things: personal statement, school record, and the birth certificate. And there are more. And when you are accepted, then you will have the acceptance letter, and you gotta pay. I think it's not really good thing to share, but the Korean university administration is not working really well. Yeah. So when you are accepted, then they will send you the acceptance letter by email or by physical mail. With that letter, you can actually apply for the visa, the student visa, and you can get the visa. But I heard a lot of cases that they are not getting the acceptance letter on time, so it can be a little bit late. So you gotta prepare first. So as soon as you get the letter, then you gotta apply right away, and you will get the visa. But there are two types of visa for the students: D2 and D4. D2. Okay, let me write it down. D2 is for the students who are studying in university, like the 4 years, the bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD, they will get the D2 visa. D4 is for the students who are studying only language. So in language school, when they are studying in a language course in the university, then they will have D4 visa. And this one is a short-term visa, and this one is a long-term visa. And depending on the types of visa, you can work or you may not be able to work. Okay, and when you get the visa, then buy the ticket and go. So that is the general process. Any questions so far? No. Okay, and the next one is language requirement. So I said, should I study with the English? They are providing English course, the universities. Usually they are providing English courses, but some majors don't provide English courses. In that case, you have to study in Korean. And I already mentioned, depending on what your plan is after the graduation, you have to decide if you are actually learning Korean or not. If you decided to study only in English, and then what you need is IELTS or TOEFL. I think TOEFL is not very common in Bulgaria, right? Usually students are taking IELTS, and minimum requirement for IELTS is 5.5. And of course, depending on the university and the major, their requirement can be different. If it is, better and more competitive major, then you need higher, like at least 6.5 or at least 7 of IELTS. But 5.5 is the minimum. Like most of the universities, they at least require 5.5. Okay. What about Korean? In order to study the bachelor's degree, you need TOPIK level 4. I mean, when you enter level 3, you need TOPIK level 3. Who has TOPIK? No? Nobody? Okay. You need a TOPIK level 3, but when you graduate, you need TOPIK level 4. When you go to master's degree or PhD, you need TOPIK level 4. When you enter, when you graduate, you need level 5. Okay? Are you guys with me?
Yep.
Okay. And of course, TJ Center provides the TOPIK course, that's all. Okay. And in the slide, I said TOPIK 2, and there's a bracket. In the bracket, I put the TOPIK 2. Is there any university which accepts TOPIK level 2? Rarely, yes, there is, but it's not common. Have you heard about, so we know university, and college. Have you heard of community college? Have you heard of community college? It's not common in Bulgaria, I guess. Actually, this system is from America, and also in Korea we have it. So it is not the university. So basically, this one is not for bachelor's degree. They don't give you bachelor's degree. But if you want to get a job with special skill, then sometimes we have a community college which teach you some skills, like a hair salon. You want to be a hairdresser. Then how do you guys in Bulgaria learn the hair, to be hairdresser? Courses from where?
Private courses or
Yeah.
academies?
So it's not a school.
No.
I think there is school as well.
Is it high school or after the high school?
It's high school.
So in Korea, we have such thing. So after the graduation from the high school, then you want to be a hairdresser, or you want to be some technician, like an electricity technician. You need to learn something special skill, right? Or you want to learn something like a mechanical technician. Then we go to community college. Then usually you need to study around 2 to 3 years. It's not a university. So in the university, they provide the courses of 3 to 4 years, right? But here, they only provide 2 to 3. So they don't actually give you the bachelor's degree. The trick is, after you graduate the community college, then you can go to a university. Then all the credits that you take from the community college will be considered as you taken. So actually, you can save some money and time as well. Any question? No. Okay. Now, next one is required document, and this one is also something general. So the first one is family registration or birth certificate of you and of your parents as well. And also the proof of language proficiency, IELTS or TOPIK. And the next one is a recommendation letter. Usually they ask you, So you can get the recommendation letter by your teacher, professor, or the principal from your school, or like from your work. Maybe your boss, will write a recommendation letter. And of course, the academic grades is important. So official transcript from the academic transcript from your school, high school or university. And of course, you need to prove that you are graduated from university. So diploma is needed. And on the bottom, I wrote bank statement and portfolio. It is not necessary always, but sometimes the universities, they ask you to prove that are you financially sustainable. So for example, you paid the tuition one time and you started to study, but after one semester you don't have money. You have to pay the tuition for the next semester, but you don't have money. Then you gotta quit, right? In order to prevent such case, you have to show that I have enough money to live and study in Korea. So that's why they're asking you the bank statement. Every university has a different requirement. So like some university, they ask you, oh, you need to have at least $18,000, or you need to have $30,000. Well, it's a big money. It is a big money. So you're worried, oh my God, I don't have, what should I do? Well, the trick is you just get a loan from the bank and put it in there and get a bank statement and you pay back to the bank. No problem. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. And the portfolio is also depending on your major. Let's say you are applying for like arts, drawing, or like something like what else? Music. Then you need the portfolios, right? Okay. Now, before I am talking about the scholarship, which you are waiting for, maybe you have been, you have noticed that we have a guest here. So everything now, you see that we have a recording, we have a shooting now, and they are real TV show from Korea. And they're maybe you can find it in YouTube later. It is the show name is Manguk Yuramgi. Yeah, it's a Manguk. Okay, let me write it down.
영어는 awesome 백퍼스입니다.
Okay. And
유튜브에 awesome backpackers 치면
어떻게?
awesome backpackers.
아,
네, awesome.
awesome.
네, awesome.
Awesome backpackers.
네.
You can search with this one too. Okay, and they are from Busan. The TV show is from Busan, the broadcasting company. And maybe if you guys want to know anything about the Busan, then to ask her. And the reason that they are shooting, and the reason that we have them is they came to shoot Bulgaria, the beautiful country, the Bulgaria, and also but they heard about us and they are interested in, and they wanted to come, and that's why I invited them. And she will talk about something shortly. Okay, so her name is 네.
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 제가 얘기하면 알아들을 수가 있네요.
제가 네.
같이.
네.
네네. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
제 이름은 김초록입니다. 초록은 젤레노예요.
So her name is Chorok Kim, and the Chorok means zeleno.
엄마, 아빠가 초록색을 좋아해서 제가 첫 딸이라서 초록이가 되었어요.
Did you understand everything? Okay.
리얼 네임.
Her parents like the color green. That's why her name is green.
mother, father, painter. 네,
아,
네, 그랬었어요. 네. 그리고 저는 4년 전에 불가리아에 왔었어요.
So they came. This is not the first time for them to come to Bulgaria. They've been here 4 years ago.
다시 와서 여러분들을 만나 기쁜데 저도 여러분들의 이름을 한번 여쭤봐도 될까요?
She's really glad to see you guys, and she want to ask your name as well. Okay.
Okay. Your name?
제 이름은 시모나입니다.
시모나.
시모나, 네.
시모나.
네.
보기.
볼기.
보기.
볼기.
Yes. Bogi.
저는 바네사입니다.
바네사. 바네사.
My name is Jana.
자나.
Yeah. Rodina.
레지나.
Radina.
라지나.
Yeah, my name is Generic Victor.
제네리카 빅토리.
Yeah. Just Victor.
빅토르.
Yeah.
빅토르.
My name is Diana.
이아나.
Yes.
제 이름은 보야나입니다.
비아노.
보야나.
볼리아나.
Boyana.
보야나.
제 이름은 크리스티나예요.
크리스티나. 네. 저도 불가리아의 친구들의 이름이 궁금했어요.
She wondered your names as well.
네. 제가 4년 전에 왔을 때는 불가리아에서 3주 동안 여러 곳을 돌아다녔어요.
She traveled a lot in Bulgaria when she came here first time for 3 years, 3 weeks.
릴라 수도원,
Lila Monastery.
그리고 스몰리안, 그리고 보리코 마을. 약간 장수마을이었는데.
It's I don't know. It's a long lifespan. It's famous for long.
치즈
long
만들고. 제가 정확하게 모를 수도 있어요. 제가 어쨌든
뭐. I don't know.
and 저기 어디지? 반스코 가서 비렌산, 피린 산맥, 마운틴 피린, 네? 올라가서 끝까지 올라가. 네, 힘들었지만 너무 좋았어요. 네.
It was hard, but it was awesome.
네, 그 반스코에서 사슴 고기도 먹고 토끼 고기도 먹었어요.
She tried deers and rabbit in Basco.
네.
I mean, she tried, yeah.
근데 원래 불가리아 사람들은 그게 전통 음식인 건가요? 아니면 그 지역에서만 특별하게 먹는?
Is that traditional food? Deer and rabbit? No. No.
그냥 그 반스코였구나.
So is it like a local food?
네네.
There? No. Yes.
We have dishes with rabbit and so on, but I don't know, are there traditional ones? Maybe local.
그리고 제가 갔던 곳은 부르가스, 네, 네세발, 그리고 챙게네스켈레. 그 부르가스에서 조금만 들어가면 있는 조그만한 어촌 마을이에요.
So there's a very small village near the Burgas. I don't know if the name was correct.
챙게네스켈레. 네.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, something like that.
4년 전에 그 챙게네스켈레에 있는 그 젤로 삼촌, 치초 젤로 삼촌 집에 가서 생선 튀김을 먹었는데 얻어먹고 이제 라키아도 같이 먹고 즐거운 시간을 보냈는데 요번에 다시 왔을 때 연락도 하지 않고 깜짝 방문으로 갔어요.
So, but she visited there when in her first visit in the village, and she was invited to one of the person's house, Chicho Zello, and they had a really good time. She ate like the riba, and that's why she had a very good memory. And this time she visited him again without any advance notice.
근데 삼촌이 계셨고 저를 반겨주셨고 또다시 생선튀김도 해주시고 같이 라키아도 먹고 너무 좋은 시간을 보냈어요.
And the Chicho Zello was there, and yeah, he was really happy to see them again. And again, they ate the riba and the rakia and had a good time.
네, 제가 느낀 거로는 불가리아 사람들은 전반적으로 모두 다 친절했어요. 정말로. 그래서 불가리아에서는 불가리아는 정말 넓은 땅을 가졌고 좋은 날씨와 기후가 있고 그리고 좋은 사람들이 있는 것 같아요.
So her impression is Bulgaria's people are really nice, kind, and Bulgaria is a big, wide country, and the weather is nice, and with a lot of cool, kind people.
그리고 한국은 불가리아보다 조금 작을 순 있지만 한국에도 정말 좋고 재밌는 사람들이 많고 재밌는 지역들이 많아요.
Even Korea is a little bit smaller than Bulgaria. There are many fun and warm, warm-hearted people as well.
제가 불가리아에서 먹었던 음식 중에 한국 음식이랑 비슷한 게 있었는데 그게 삼겹살이었어요. 알아요, 삼겹살?
There is something like some Bulgarian food which looks like Korean one, and that Korean food is called 삼겹살.
그냥 포크 스테이크처럼 그냥 이렇게 길게 구워서 나왔는데 불가리아에서는 한국에서는 직접 구워 먹을 수가 있어요. 혹시 직접 구워 드셔보셨어요?
Have you ever tried the samgyeopsal here? And in the Korean way is you actually cook the meat in Bulgaria, well as in Bulgaria, you only get the food which already cooked, right?
그래서 한국에 오시면 삼겹살을 한번 꼭 드셔보시기를 추천드립니다.
So definitely you gotta try samgyeopsal in Korea. I recommend it too.
저희는 부산에서 왔는데 부산은 제2의 수도라고 불릴 만큼 정말 재밌는 도시예요.
They are from Busan, and Busan is called the second capital in Korea, and it is full of a lot of joys.
부산 억양은 여러분들이 배우는 표준어랑 조금 다를 수도 있어요.
The dialect from Busan is pretty different from the language you guys are learning now.
지금 배웠었던 거랑 다를 수 있다고. 밥 먹었니? 표준어가 밥 먹었니?
표준어 안 해.
아니 그게 아니 밥 먹었니? 맞아요. 그 표준어가 아니야. 밥 먹었니?
밥 먹었니?
네, 그게 표준어면 사투리는 밥 못나.
밥 먹나?
네, 밥 못나. 이 사투리.
So 밥 먹었니 is the soul is a soul, and it means have you eaten? So did you have meal? But the Busan dialect, which she said, and 밥 먹나, that is from Busan. It's a dialect.
뭐 예를 들면 또 말이 굉장히 짧거든요. 부산 말들은.
All the sentence is short in Busan.
그 중에 재밌는 거 한 가지만 알려드리자면
Something fun.
친구들끼리 약간 삐졌거나 서운한 게 있을 때.
If you're mad at your friends.
난 삐졌어.
I'm mad.
나 너무 너 서운해. 라는 말들을 함축적으로
in one word.
앞. 이러고 하면은 다 느껴. 앞.
Okay, so
부산 스타일. 저쪽. 앞. 오케이. 그런 식으로 좀 스타일들이 다 달라. 그리고 뭐 여러 가지 작은 도시들이 있는데 정말 매력이 다양하기 때문에 한번 한국에 오시면 여러 군데를 둘러보시는 걸 추천드립니다.
There are many small cities with the different views and joys, so she recommends to visit the small cities in Korea as well when you visit.
네. 그리고 저는
그거 하나만 더 해주자. 저희 식당에서 주문하기 전에 이제 말하는 거. 그러니까 부를 때, 누군가 부를 때, 식당에 어디 갔거나 누군가 부를 때 부산에 쓸 수 있는 말.
부산 식당에서 불가리아에서는 뭐라고 불러요? 식당에서 불가리아에서 이제 밥 먹을 때 종업원들을 부를 때.
So how do you say excuse me in Bulgarian?
이즈미네테.
이즈미네테? 이즈미네테? 서울에서는 비슷하지 않나? 부산에서는 이렇게 얘기해요. 이모! 이모를 일리아나라고 해. 렐려. 이모! 이모라고.
It is different from what we study. Okay, how do you say in Korean?
저기요?
저기요. Or 저기요. 여기요. So that's how we say.
네, 부산에서는 이모! 이모 부르. 이모. 네, 뭐 여러 가지가 있지만 또 너무 길게 하면 그러니까. 네. 그리고 또 말씀드릴 저는 현재 서울에 살고 있어요.
She's living in Seoul now.
네. 태어난 곳은 부산이지만 꿈을 이루기 위해 서울로 왔어요.
She was born in Busan, but now she is in Seoul.
제 꿈은 멋진 배우가 되는 게 제 꿈이에요.
Her dream is to be a good actress.
그래서 지금 서울에서는 연극도 하고 뮤지컬도 하고 뭐 드라마 방송도 조금씩 나오고 있고 지금은 여행 프로그램을 촬영하고 있습니다.
So she played in the theaters and in the musicals, and also she was on some TV shows, dramas, and in some movies as well. And now she is shooting the travel programs with other people.
그리고 저는 라키아를 좋아하고
She likes rakia,
다른 술도 좋아하고
other liquors as well.
그러다가 남편을 만나서
She married.
서울에서 조그마한 바를 운영하고 있습니다.
Oh, she's running a bar in Seoul.
놀러 오세요. 네, 어쨌든 저는 배우가 되기 위해서 더 멋진 배우가 되기 위해서 계속 걸어 나갈 것이고 나갈 것이고 막 꿈을 이루지 않더라도 그냥 저는 이렇게 계속 제 꿈을 위해 하루하루 살아가는 걸 저의 큰 행복으로 여기고 살고 있습니다.
So she is making an effort to be a better actress every day. And even if she will not achieve her dream, but she will be happy.
그래서 여러분들도 하루하루를 꿈을 향해서 가면서 행복하게 살기를 바랍니다.
So she hopes that you guys also every day try to reach your goal.
그리고 저는 여러분들이 한국어를 공부한다고 해서 기쁘고 그리고 왜 공부하는지도 궁금하고 그리고 왜 궁금한지 저한테 한국에 대해서 물어볼 게 있으면 지금 물어보셔도 괜찮아요.
So she wonders why you guys are studying Korean and why you want to go to Korea. And if there is any questions about Korea, then you can ask her.
I will go to Busan in the summer, and I would like to know some restaurants there.
이번 여름에 부산에 간다는데 어디에 가면 식당
식당을
네.
지도 찍어 드릴게요. 아니
She will send you the location.
부산은 회가 유명합니다. 회를 알고 있나요?
회 알아요.
Okay, sashimi. The raw fish. Raw fish is famous from Busan.
불가리아 사람들도 많이 잘 먹어요.
아니요, raw food는 안 먹어요.
저는 엄청 좋아해요.
진짜요?
The sushi you are trying from Happy is not actually sushi.
Yeah.
You know that, right? It means the real raw fish.
야미. 회. 회. 부산은 이 회라는 게 엄청 유명해요.
Busan is famous for that
네.
food.
그래서 부산에 가시면 맛있는 횟집에서 회를 드시는 거를 추천합니다.
She recommends sashimi in Busan.
네, 그렇습니다. 또 다른
I would like to study in Korea because I really love the culture, the people. It all started with the K-dramas and the K-pop, but after that I realized that the people are and their way of thinking. I really like this, and I found some friends from Busan and also from Seoul, and I love to communicate with them, and I really want to see them in real life.
처음에 한국어를 배우게 된 계기가 이제 한국 드라마 때문에 시작을 했고, 정말로 저희가 이제 이 학생이 좋아하는 거는 한국 사람들이 어떤 생각을 가지고 있는지, 어떻게 생각을 하는지, 삶에 대한 태도, 이런 게 너무 좋다고. 그리고 지금 한국에 있는 친구가 있는데 서울하고 부산에 있어서, 네, 그래서 아마 한국에서 공부를 하고 싶은 것 같아요.
아, 진짜 한국에 가서 공부를 하고 싶어하는 친구들인 거죠?
So you guys really want to study in Korea?
Yes.
와우. 그렇구나. 아, 근데
한국 대학교에서
네.
공부하는 걸 추천하세요? I asked if she recommends to study in Korea.
어떤 것을 전공을 하느냐에 따라 다르게 얘기하고 싶고, 한국에서 계속 살아가려면 또 아니지. 정말 공부하고 싶은 게 있다면 한국에서 배우는 것도, 한국을 좋아한다면 한국에서 배우는 것도 나쁘지 않다라고 생각을 합니다. 저는.
So she thinks it is not a bad idea to study in Korea if you're really into something.
한국 사람들은 공부 진짜 열심히 해요.
Korean people study really a lot.
하루 종일 공부하고 뭐 알바 뛰고, 대학교 애들은 좀 많이 빡세게.
So all day study, work, study, work.
And alcohol study, work, alcohol study.
I have a question. If you are a foreigner and wants to take part in a lot of like K-dramas, not to be an actress, maybe an actress too, but do you have to study at the university something or courses or?
한국에서 TV에 나오고 싶으면 어떻게 해야 되는지.
정말 어려워요.
It is hard.
일단 꼭 학교, 대학교를 나와야지만 되는 건 아니에요.
Diploma is not necessary.
연기를 하고 배우가 하고 싶은 욕구만 있으면 기회를 잡게 된다면 언제든지 할 수는 있어요. 그 기회를 잡는 게 어려울 뿐인 거지. 근데 꼭 대학교를 졸업해야만, 그 연기에 대한 공부를 다 해야만 출연을 할 수 있는 건 또 아니에요.
If there is a chance, the important thing is to grab the chance. But the diploma studying in a university is not mandatory.
방법은 너무너무 많아요.
There are too many ways.
How about language? Do you need language?
한국 TV 쇼에, 한국 드라마나 이런 출연을 하려면 한국어를 잘해야 되는지.
네, 그겁니다.
Okay.
한국에는 유명한 외국인 연예인들이 많아요.
There are many foreigner celebrities in Korea.
네. 다른 나라 사람들인데 한국에 와서 한국어를 잘 하는데, 이제 그분들을 초청해서 예능 프로그램을 찍다 보니까 그분들이 유명해져서 또 다른 프로그램에도 나가고 또 다른 프로그램에 나가고 어떨 때는 연기까지 하고 그런 경우가 많기는 합니다.
So foreigners are invited to a TV show because they speak Korean and they became famous, and that's why they are able to be in other TV shows and they can do other, activities as well.
질문이 있어요.
네.
I study in England and my third year is abroad in Korea. and they said that university there it's 16 or 20 hours a week studying, and they said it's very different from universities like here and in England. Like, is it like the whole day? Like, do we do our homework there and stuff, or how is it?
Okay, so the question is, you're asking about the student's life.
Like, yeah.
Okay, so if they are studying from the morning till the night
Yeah.
in a university.
Yeah.
한국 학생들은 정말로 아침부터 밤까지 공부를 그렇게 열심히 하는지.
일단 하이스쿨 고등학생들은 진짜로 그렇게 공부를 할 수밖에 없는 구조가 되어 있어요. 안 하는 사람들도 많겠지만, 안 하는 학생들도 많겠지만, 대부분의 학생들이 아침부터 저녁 늦게까지 공부를 하게 되어 있어요.
Most of them are, I mean, in high school, yeah, the schedule is like that. Yeah, most of them are studying actually like this, from the early morning till the late night.
대학교는 조금 다를 수 있겠지만 수업이 9시부터 수업을 시작해서 한 보통 5시, 6시까지 수업이 있는데 그게 풀 수업이 아니라 자기가 원하는 수업을 이렇게 들을 수 있어요.
And the university is a little bit different. You can actually choose what time, which day you are taking the classes. So it's depending on how you manage your time. So if you want to have classes intensively, then you can have a lot of classes in one day. But if you want to have a free time, then you can have class break. So it's up to you.
그리고 6시가 끝나고 이제 여러 가지로 유형이 나뉘어지는데 첫 번째 A 유형 6시 끝나고 도서관에 가서 나머지 학문을 열심히 한다.
There are a lot of different types. The type A is after you study from your university, you go to library and study more.
두 번째 학생들은 끝나고 이제 대학 등록금을 벌기 위해 아르바이트를 하러 간다.
The second type is after you study, then you go to work to make money for your tuition.
그리고 저 같은 이제 연극영화과거나 뭐 체육학과거나 아니면 이제 예체능 쪽의 친구들은 6시 이후부터 그 워크샵을 하는 거죠. 이제 워크샵을 하면서 이제 그 학과 친구들과 같이 모여서 한 작품을 만들고 아니 뭐 이제 작품을 만들거나 연극 작품을 만들거나 그런 시간을 한 10시까지는 하는 것 같아요. 6시부터 10시까지.
So another type of students who are studying arts or sports, they are after the classes, all the classes, they are having their own project. So all the students, they get together and they are developing or making their own projects until like 10 o'clock.
이 경우가 제 경우인데 저는
This is her experience.
그럼 10시에 워크숍이 끝나면 그때부터 동아리 활동을 해요. 좋아하는 이제 전통 10시부터 새벽 1시까지 이렇게 전통악기 동네 야류라고 하는 전통 탈춤 동아리를 해요.
So after the project, the teamwork, and she went to the school club and she enjoyed the activities from the school club until 1 a.m.
그 다음에 그 친구들과 함께 술을 마시러 가요.
And after that they go to drink.
그리고 아침에 해 뜰 때 집에 들어가요.
And in the morning, when the sun rises up, she go back home.
그리고 다시 9시에 수업을 들어가요.
And she goes to school in the morning.
그게
9
저의
a.m.
생활이었어요.
There was a girl life.
모든 사람이 그렇진 않아요.
Not everyone is like that.
근데 저는 정말 열심히 학교를 다녔어요.
But she really put an effort to do well the campus life.
공부를 하고 워크숍을 하고 동아리 활동도 하고 친구들과 놀고 장학금도 땄어요.
She even had a scholarship.
정말 열심히.
She really did well.
한국에는 열정이 많은 뜨거운 친구들이 많아요. 진짜.
There are a lot of passionate students in Korea.
지금도 계속해서 제 꿈을 위해서 매일같이 이제 그 꿈을 향해서 진짜 계속해서 그 관련된 일들을 해가면서 살고 있다고 좀.
That's why she is doing everything to reach her goal, even now. Every day, step by step.
그랬어.
Any other question? No? Okay, then give her hands, Okay, so let's continue our presentation. So let's talk about the scholarship. There are many different types of scholarships. It can be from government from Korea, or I'm pretty sure there is a scholarship from EU as well. Of course, you have to search it. And I'm not sure about Bulgarian government. I don't know if they provide any scholarship to Bulgarian students who are studying abroad. In Korea, it is very common. It is common, but I'm not sure about in Bulgaria. But so there are such type of scholarship programs, and also scholarships from every universities. Every university, they have their own scholarship programs, and they have a different requirement. Of course, foreigners, international students, they are able to get it. Of course, academic record is mandatory, all right? And also, there are other types of scholarships, like some foundations. Some foundations, they are also giving some scholarships to the international students as well. Okay, so I'm not gonna cover all of them because there are too many and too different. And the first thing I'm going to cover is called GKS. Maybe you heard about it, or so in the slides I said GKS is the best. Who knows GKS? Okay, some of them not. So GKS stands for Global Korea Scholarship Program. And I said this one is the best. Why is it best? Let's go to the next one. So there is a benefit of benefits from GKS. First of all, it will give you free 1 year of Korean language course. It is free. So even if you are not, somebody knocking? No? No. So even if you are not speaking Korean now, with the scholarship, you go to Korea and you can learn without any payment for 1 year. Of course, in order to enter the university or like a graduate school, you have to reach the required topic level in 1 year, which means you have to study quite a lot. If you already have it, then yeah, no problem. So that is the first one. And the second one, you see that there's a table, undergraduate and the graduate. So depending on which one you are applying for, you will get a different benefit. So if you are applying for master's degree or PhD, then you have to apply for the graduate course. If you are applying for bachelor's degree, then you will have a little bit less benefit. So the first one is, this one is not the benefit, this one is the procedure. The next one, the next slide, scholarship benefits. Maybe it is too small, but let me just tell you. First of all, they will give you free flight tickets to go to Korea from Korea. Once a year, you will have a summer break, then they will give you free flight ticket. So you can come and go back until you graduate. Okay. It is for graduate and undergraduate, both of them. And the second one is they give you actually money. Okay, the Korean government says, okay, we will give you money. You study, focus on the study. And how much do you need? How much do they give for?
Excuse me. I need your phone.
아빠? 그래, 알았어. 자. Okay, so they actually give you money, the cash. How much do they give? They give you $1,000 for graduate school, like a master's or PhD. For bachelor's degree, they give you $900 per month. I said before that the living expense for basic, life in Korea cost around $400 to $500. Right? So $900 or $1,000 is not really like a rich, but it is quite okay to sustain your life. So like for example, my students, they're a couple. One girl and one boy. They went to Korea together, and both of them are getting the GKS scholarship, and 1,000, they have 2,000, and they are living together. So they are saving a lot of money, and they are traveling, when it's a holiday. So that is a pretty, good strategy. And now the next one is as soon as you arrive, then you need to buy something, like you need to buy some clothes, or you need to buy something for books, or like something for the bed, duvet or the bed cover. So you need something. So you need some cash. So they give you $200 on arrival. Okay. And the next one is important. Tuition is totally free. So you don't need to pay anything. That is the best perk here. So actually you are making money in Korea. You are just studying, but they give you money, right? And now, they say the dissertation printing cost, of course, they cover it. You need to pay anything for that. Medical insurance, of course, it is covered. You don't need to pay. They pay for your medical insurance. And if you are at the top level 3, 4, or 5, so depending on your level, then you will get something extra. So let's say topic 5, then you will get $100 more per month. Okay, so there is a reason to study Korean, right? Okay, so that is the benefit. Then how do we apply? So let's go to the previous slide. First of all, you want to know, okay, so how many people can get it? So can I get it too? I said that there are 2 tracks. The first one is undergraduate, so bachelor's degree, BA and BS. Bachelor's of Art and Science, Bachelor's of Art, and the Bachelor's of Science. And the master's degree and the PhD. They have different tracks. Okay. This one starts in March. The program starts in March. This one starts in September. Okay. Then when do you apply? You apply the previous September. And you apply the previous March. Okay? So, you have to check if there is an announcement. So, if there is announcement that, okay, from this date until this day, you have to apply. So September and March, you have to know. And okay, the question was how many people? Yes, you can go. Okay, it is almost 9. You need my key for the outside door. It is in my bag. Yeah. Okay. So the question is, how many people can get this scholarship program? For the undergraduate in Bulgaria, 1. For graduate school, last year, 8. This one, yes, a little bit hard. A little bit hard. This one, don't you think it is possible? 8. There are 8 seats. So, then the question is, how many people are actually applying? What is the, how much is the competition? Well, it's depending, the student, and every year it is different. But these days, this one is pretty known to students who are studying Korean in Sofia University and like Veliko Tarnovo and in Plovdiv. They are, they want to get this scholarship. So it is a little bit more competitive than before. But almost every year, my students get this scholarship. Almost every year. This time as well. Yeah. Last year, yes. This year, even this one person is my student. Okay. And there are 2 tracks. The GKS program has 2 tracks. The first one is embassy track, and the next one is university tracks. Which means you apply to embassy, you apply to the university directly. Usually the Bulgarian candidates, they apply to the embassy. And the step is, let me see, the next slide, the graduate and undergraduate program. So it's that first round, second round, third round, and final result. So the first round, is depending on the track, but usually Bulgarian students, they apply here, and they send the document. So here, there is the first screen. There's the first screen from here. This is the first one. And after that, they send the record to the next round, which is called NIEED. I don't know what it stands for. It is something education, National Institute Education, something like that. And they screen the second round. And after that, they say, okay, I want these students to have an interview, and they send it back. So that is the third round. So the embassy will call the candidates screened from the second round to have an interview. And they will have an interview at the embassy. And finally, they send the final result to the NIEED again. And at this time, if you pass the third round, then 99.9% you are accepted. But you accepted, from the GKS. But you don't know which universities you will study yet. And of course, when you applied, you will in the first round. When you apply, you will write down which university you will study. First, second, and third option. And depending on your result from third round, then but you will be able to get into the first one or the third one. It's depending on your result. So that is the general procedure in Bulgaria. Any question? No. Okay. So that is about the GKS. Now, the next one. So what TJ can do for you? Of course, we are helping my students or who are applying through us. We are helping them. We are helping them. And of course, we are having a free consultation and for the TJ students, we will see the records. We will see the records and we will see, okay, in order to apply, you need to prepare something more, or this is enough. For example, let's say recommendation letter. Okay, usually Bulgarian students, my student who got this one, the undergraduate BGKS program, she also get the she planned to get the recommendation letter from the teacher. I said no, that is not a good option. You have to get the recommendation letter from somebody else, like this. And for example, personal statement, you have to write the personal statement. Then I give a guideline. So from point of Korean people, you have to write this in the format of this. So that is what we can do. And also, and provides all the information and help prepare all the documents, personal statement, and interview as well. When you have an interview in the embassy, then there will be 3 people, 2 Korean to 1 Bulgarian. Okay, and you will sit alone in front of other people, and they will ask you some questions, and I know what they are asking, and I know what you have to say. Okay. So that is what we are how we are helping our students. And also, if you need a topic course, we have them. Okay. Now, the last one is you already know this image, right? So around 1 month ago, we had a partnership with the Songguk University. So this is the last topic I'm going to talk about. I said, why only Seoul? Why only Busan? Expensive, right? Small city can be a good option. So I talked about the community college, and the Songguk University is actually community college. They are not for bachelor's degree. So if you want to study in Songguk University with GKS, it doesn't work. You can't, because Songguk University is not for bachelor's degree. They don't give a bachelor's degree. It is for 2 years. Then why should I study in the Songguk University? If you are interested in studying something different, I don't know, if you want to study something international relations, or then bachelor's degree you need. But what you want to learn is I want to know the Korean makeup style. I want to know I want to be the beauty influencer, or I want to be a dancer. I want to be a singer or musician. I want to learn something like that from Korea. And then Songguk University can be a good option for you guys. Yes.
If you want to learn cooking, can we apply in some?
Cooking, I gotta see their majors. Cooking, I will see, but as far as I know, I think I haven't seen it. Yeah, there is a tourism and the service, but I don't think there is a cooking. Okay, but for example, if you want to work, in a different field, then it is a good option. I already even wrote it down, like a metaverse creator. Do you know what metaverse is? Okay. And like I said, futuristic EV, like the electric vehicles. If you want to study about it, then yeah, it is a good option for you guys as well. And tuition is cheaper. It says, depending on the major, the tuition is from 2,000 to 2,500 per semester. And it is located in Chuncheon. It is located in Chuncheon, which is around 1 hour from Seoul by car. So it's like from Sofia to Plovdiv. Okay, and of course they offers the dormitory, and the dormitory fee is cheaper. Per month it is around like $200. And the good option for my student is you can actually, I said about the probation period, right? You don't know, you're not sure if you can adjust to Korean environment well or not. Then you can actually try. So, and this university has the summer language course. So when you have a summer break, you can try in there up to 3 months. All right, and also they have various scholarship programs. Since TJ Center is having a partnership with this university, and you will get the scholarship more easier than the others. And I pointed, I put the locations. The red flag is the location of the campus, and you see the left, there is a lot of green flags. That is Seoul. So it takes around 1 hour. Okay, and in order to get into the Songguk University, but we can also help you guys. What can we do? And of course, consultation, and we help you to prepare for the admission and to get the visa. And what important is, I said the Korean universities administration is not really working fast and efficiently. And when you have some problem with the school, then we will handle that. So TJ said will talk to the university directly. So if you have a problem with with your roommate or the system, then you can talk to us. Then we will talk for you guys. And also we are arranging a pickup service from the airport to the university, and from the university to the airport if you need. Right, so that's all. We didn't have enough time, so I just skipped a lot of information, but basically that is all. All right, so any question?
Yeah.
네.
About the scholarship program, the summer program, is there going to be one this summer or from next year?
You mean the Songguk University? For summer language course, there is no scholarship for the language course. If you enroll the full semester, then you will get the scholarship. And the scholarship is, not only for this year. This year you can get it, and if you apply next year, or again, you can get it. But once you get it, you can't get it every time. Of course, it's depending on the scholarship. If you get the academic scholarship, then every year, if you maintain a good academic grades, then you can get the scholarship. But if you are getting the language scholarship, let's say you have a topic level 4 or 3, then you will get, even topic level 3 get the scholarship if you are through us. then but this one is only one time.
We're only talking about if we go to study there in the whole program, like if we apply for like KBT or
Yeah, that one is for 2-year course.
yeah.
All the majors I mentioned was for 2 years. The summer course is only for language.
Okay.
How long is the summer course?
3 months. From July, August, and September.
I wanted to ask if we had the D2 visa, for example, we can study and work at the same time. I mean, part-time job in every field or in just one field, or
Okay, so there are 2 types of visa, D2 and D4. D4 is for only summer course, right? For language course. So legally, you are not able to work. For D2, you can work part-time job up to 20 hours per week. That is a legal condition. Oh, I didn't mention that. The good thing about the partnership between TJ and the Songguk University is actually they will arrange work for you guys. Not for the summer if you register a semester there. And of course, if you want, you can get a full-time job as well. But I kind of worry if you have the full-time job, then do you guys have time to study? But anyhow, yeah, they can arrange a part-time job for you guys.
if we want to study, for example, movie producer, a movie maker, is it this community college for this also, or
There must be. I guess we gotta ask. 혹시 한국에 영화를 배우고 싶으면 그거를 가르치는 전문대 뭐 이런 것도 있나요?
네. 전문대 중에서도 연극영화과가 있는 부서로 가면 돼요. 그 학교를 보고. 어디서?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, and in that college you can study. It's like a 2 years course. Yeah, and you can study there.
아카데미도 있어요.
There's an academy. 근데 그거는 사립 뭐 그런 건가요?
전문 교육 기관.
그러니까 학교는
학교는 아니고 한국 영화 아카데미.
So there is
전문인 양성 기관.
Okay, so there is an institute. There's a private institute which teaches the how to become how to work in the movie industry. But it's not a school again. So if you want to get the scholarship like a GKS, you can't apply. Yeah, using that. Yes. No.
I don't have
No. Okay. Anything else? All right. So that's it for today. And if you have any other question later, then you can text me. Later, maybe I will prepare a little bit more detailed information with the online meeting, but we have not decided when we will have it yet. But you can join there too if you're interested in still. Okay, so thanks for coming, and I hope you get a lot of help and enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys next time. Thank you. 감사합니다.
번외편으로 만약에 한국 사람들이 알바 파트타임 하는 거 궁금하시면 제가 한국에서 알바하는 것만 모아서 유튜브를 찍고 있거든요. 공부하시는 보라고 해도 되는데 영어 자막이 없을 수도 있어요. 그냥 한국어
채널. So she is running a YouTube channel about the part-time job in Korea. Lucky Greens Day.
이렇게 치면 my part-timer 유튜브.
오케이. 저도 subscribe. 네. Anytime you want to time exclusive.
끼어쓰기 해야 되네.
Yeah, go ahead. And then the other one was the main.
What else?
15% 충전해야겠네.
뒤에
네. 여기 소피아에서 꼭 하고 갔으면 좋겠다는 거 있으면 추천해 줄 거 있으면 추천해 줘. 리코멘드. 소피아 굿 플레이스.
So where do you guys recommend for them to experience or enjoy before they leave?
Yes, we have 1 day, then
1 day or
yeah, 2
okay.
hours, and after we move to Greece, Athens, then returning again. So can you recommend a nice place to, yes, somewhere?
식당 아니면 클럽 아니면
뭐든 다 상관없어요. 네, anything. 네. So
첫 번째. 진짜 맛있는 불가리아 음식을 내가 접할 수 있을 만한 곳. 베스트
Really good
불가리아
restaurant. Something really, yeah,
Traditional. And, Küfteri. Have you been inside of Alexander Nevsky?
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
The theater also.
Kobetutu? Bitosan, Mountain Bitosan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have been there. Okay.
It's a feel right there. I will try that. It's crying the
Yeah.
Bitosan.
Yeah. Have you been in Pancharevo?
반차를
Pancharevo다.
Pancharevo is really close to Sofia. You can go by bus also, and there is a canoe. Because you can
이걸 할 수 있다고.
So I have a suggestion. So if you have a time tomorrow, if you want, you can enjoy us and take a good time with Charles. And I have a chance to show the good friend they're making for each other. So if you have time, would you mind join us tomorrow?
Yeah, of course. We will have time at the evening too, because I will be in one movie.
So she said she wants you guys to take her to look around the Sofia.
점심쯤에 만나서 한 3-4시간 같이
Around 3-4 hours.
그래서 세 분이 얘기해서 뭐 저를 몇 시에 어디까지 와라 그럼 제가 거기 갈 테니 알아서 저를 데리고 아무렇게나 이렇게 작전을 짜서 아무렇게나 저를
So you guys just say time and where, then they will come.